Daniel, what are you doing?
I'm going to the Motor City in Detroit, Michigan.
Why are you driving to Detroit?
Welcome to the 2024 NFL Mock Draft Special!
Let's go!
My name is Daniel. This is my brother Adam.
That's me.
We've been brothers since we were born,
Sure have.
and that's how he works.
Yeah, so we're going to do our mock draft special today where we reveal to each other our NFL first round mock drafts, pick 1 through 32. We haven't seen each other's mock drafts before. It's a big surprise about to be revealed for each of us too on camera. So we're going to have some fun with that. We're going to have some shenanigans. We're going to have some props. We're going to have some picks, and a couple of them might be right, but it'll be a blast.
It will be. And the Chicago Bears are on the clock and they're picking in.
All right, who you got number 1 overall? The first pick of the draft, Daniel.
To be honest, Adam, this is everyone probably agrees with this, but this is the obvious pick.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams out of USC.
Wait, really?
Well,
I'm kidding. I've also got Caleb Williams. It's kind of a no-brainer.
To be honest, Caleb Williams actually reminds me of if you have not watched the 2015 season with the Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton, that version of Cam Newton reminds me of Caleb Williams.
Well, I think that they're pretty different players. Cam Newton's a lot bigger than Caleb Williams. I think that Caleb Williams is going to be a good player. I think that the Bears probably made the right move by trading Justin Fields, resetting their clock when it comes to rookie quarterback. I think he's got a higher ceiling than Justin Fields. He's been talked about as the number 1 pick for a few years now. Maybe he would have been the first pick last year already if he would have been ready. So I think it's the easy move for the Bears, and I think it's going to set them up for success, especially with that number 9 pick coming up real soon.
It really does. To be honest, Caleb Williams, he's a stud. But is he willing to beat up the Green Bay Packers?
Well, we'll see. I think the Green Bay Packers still own the Bears, but Caleb Williams got something to say about that.
And Caleb Williams is willing to own the Packers. And own Adam's mustache.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
That means it doesn't make any sense.
So
Moving
anyway.
on. 3, 2, 1.
So number 2, the Washington Commanders are on the clock. Are they taking a quarterback too, Daniel?
First of all, I can make you to tell us your pick.
Okay, I have to go first. All right. So Washington Commanders, number 2 overall. I do think they're going to take a quarterback. I don't think they can roll into next year only having Sam Howell. So I think they're going to take a quarterback number 2 overall. The question becomes, who are they going to take? Now, I've been hearing a lot of rumors recently. Before, it seemed to be a choice between Drake May and Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been hearing a lot of rumors that they're thinking about taking J.J. McCarthy, number 2 overall. So, I'm going to choose Jaden Daniels, quarterback out of LSU. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. He's got a lot of mobility. He reminds me a lot of Justin Fields. I think that he'll be a quarterback that puts Washington in a position to have some success. I think that he's a really solid player. I think that he's going to find a way to make it in the NFL.
For me, unfortunately I don't have Daniels here.
Okay.
To be honest, this guy has so much hype.
Okay.
I have the Commanders taking Michigan comeback Jason McCarthy.
Okay. You're listening to the hype.
I'm not just listening to the hype, and if you watch his tape, I watched his tape. He reminds me of someone else that wears the number 9.
Who's that?
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
And I'm not saying that lightly.
Well, we'll see. He won a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
He was very efficient. he wasn't ever asked to be the guy in a way. You know, they had Blake Corum running the ball. They had a really good run game. They had a really good defense. They had a lot of great players around him, and he did great within that. You can't take anything away from him for that. But you take him and you put him on Washington Commanders. It's going to be a little risky. I think that he's a riskier pick than Drake May or Jaden Daniels. But, whatever floats your boat. There's a lot of hype. He could be. We'll see.
I could really see it. He has, in Hall of Fame ceiling, in my opinion.
Okay. We'll see.
The reason I compare him to Drew Brees is whenever they're needed, they can scramble out and just go for big gains. And they also make their entire team look better than they are.
Well, I agree with the second part. Drew Brees wasn't that much of a scrambler. J.J. McCarthy's definitely got... he's a better scrambler than Drew Brees was. So I don't know if they're exactly the same kind of quarterback, but they both wear the number 9 and they both played in the Big Ten, so I'll give you that much.
And I'll give you the much that you respect him.
I can't help but respect him. I'll give you that much. We'll see. He might show up later in my mock draft.
And keep your eyes open for more.
And we got number 3, the New England Patriots.
That's right.
The Mac Jones era is over. Is there going to be a new quarterback stepping in?
Actually, I don't have them taking a pick. So I don't have them drafting good overall.
Oh, a trade! A trade! What's happening? Tell me.
I have them trading with the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, the Vikings trading up.
For details, have them trading the 3rd overall pick, this year's 4th round pick, next year's 3rd round pick, for the 11th selection, this year's 4th rounder in 2025, and the latest in next year's pick.
Next year's first?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have the Vikings taking LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels.
Vikings making a big move up to number 3 to take Jaden Daniels. I think they definitely could trade up. That was dramatic. Nice job.
Hey, Jaden Daniels, that's my guy. I wish I had him first of all over Caleb Williams. So much talent.
You've been talking about Jaden Daniels for a while. I'm surprised you didn't have him at number 2, but I get it. There's been a lot of hype around J.J. McCarthy. Okay, so I do have the Patriots picking. Give me that hat. I got the Patriots taking their next quarterback, and I got them taking Drake May, quarterback out of North Carolina. He's one of those guys that maybe his numbers don't jump off the charts in the same way that Caleb Williams or Drake May is one of those guys that his numbers maybe don't jump off the charts in the same way as Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, but he's got those typical, prototypical NFL quarterback measurables, except he's more athletic. He's big, he's tall, he's strong, he's got a big arm, he can move in the pocket and make things happen. He avoids sacks. He made it happen at North Carolina. He was a really good quarterback for them. I think that maybe he won't be Rookie of the Year. Maybe he won't be the first quarterback you think about in this class right away. But I think he has the chance to be a really solid starter in the NFL, especially if they can build something around him there in New England. I got Drake May, number 3, to the New England Patriots. They're not trading away a chance at that guy.
No. Unless if you're the Vikings and coming up for the Daniels, and plus, they had Kirk Cousins, and that's who Jaden Daniels reminds me of.
Okay, I think that J.J. McCarthy reminds me more of Kirk Cousins than Jaden Daniels does. Jaden Daniels reminds me more of Justin Fields or Michael Vick, who is very mobile but also has a good arm and can hit open receivers.
Cousins, I agree with that comparison there. The Arizona Cardinals are up and they're picking.
All right, you gonna pick first or me?
I'm thinking you probably should.
Okay, I'll pick first. I got the Arizona Cardinals. So they just lost their number one receiver in Hollywood Brown, coming to go play for our Kansas City Chiefs. One of their number two receivers, Rondale Moore, they just traded. So their wide receiver room wide open. They decided they were going to keep Kyler Murray. As far as we know, he played pretty well end of last season. So they're probably not taking a quarterback here. Instead, I have them taking the top wide receiver in the class, Marvin Harrison Jr., out of Ohio State, to really bolster that offense. You're talking about Hall of Fame ceiling. I think he's a player with Hall of Fame ceiling, and I think his floor is also very high. I think worst case scenario, he's a solid starter in the league. Best case scenario, he's one of those guys that you talk about, and on that short list of best receivers ever, along with his dad. So I got the Cardinals taking Marvin Harrison Jr. Could I say he's got a chance to beat out Larry Fitzgerald as the best receiver in Cardinals history? Now, he got a long way to go, and if he becomes a solid starter, that'll be a win. But I think that's where he's headed.
Speaking of Cardinals and the top receiver, to be honest, Marvin Harrison Jr., he's kept his combine workouts, his pro day workouts, but one person in the pro day and also the combine stood out.
Okay.
To me, that is.
Okay.
And this guy is out of the University of Louisiana State LSU, Malik Neighbors.
Okay, you're going to have Neighbors jump over Harrison?
Yes, and also, keep in mind, he does remind me. I recommend watching the highlights in film of Isaac Bruce because that's who he really reminds me of.
Okay.
Just elusive, speedy, and just good hand catches, and they just. It's just a perfect fit, everyone, to compare anyone to Neighbors. It's just a great fit.
I think Malik Neighbors is a great player. I think he's going to go in the top 10. So, I got a little worried when you said I'm going with someone else. But, there's a chance Malik Neighbors could jump Marvin Harrison Jr.
Definitely,
we're in the same mindset as far as getting them a wide receiver, though.
We do, but I'm the only one that has too much of a so-so. But nice to meet you, so-so.
I'm the one who picked the guy who's going to get actually picked, though, so.
Let's see what actually happens on draft day.
That's right. You never know.
That's the beauty of the game.
We got the Los Angeles Chargers up at number 5. Daniel, who do you have the Chargers taking?
Well, first of all, they traded Kane Allen.
They did.
So why not? And they also...
They cut Mike Williams.
They did, and now he's with the Jets.
Yep.
So I'm giving them a wide receiver here.
Okay.
I'm giving them Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State.
Okay, I see you.
Because they need a top-tier wide receiver to fill in for their former top-tier receiver, Keenan Allen.
I agree. If Marvin Harrison Jr. is still there when they have a chance to pick, I think it's real tempting for them to take him. Because they definitely have a need at their wide receiver room. In my draft, Marvin Harrison Jr. isn't there. And so I have them trading back with the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings, they trade their number 11 pick and their number 23 pick from this year's first round. Maybe another pick later. I think I said next year's third round pick as well. And so they're trading 11, 23, and a third rounder next year to trade up to number 5 and take J.J. McCarthy, quarterback out of Michigan. Like I said, he reminds me a lot of Kirk Cousins, except I think he's a little bit more mobile. There's a lot of unknown when it comes to J.J. McCarthy, but the Vikings are looking to get back in the competitive group in the next few years. I think that he's going to give them a great chance to do that.
Definitely. If you're talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., he actually reminds me of his own dad.
I mean, that was a pretty easy one. I'll give you that.
And I'm not saying that lightly. This is why I have a playlist on YouTube of all my comparisons. Feel free to watch that and see why I'm comparing these comparisons.
There you go. I like it.
The ball.
Number 6, the New York Football Giants.
There you go. I have them taking wide receiver out of Washington.
Oh.
Not do I be, and that's the top wide receiver on that Husky team. And Rome Odunze.
Rome Odunze. He's a good player.
He is.
And I agree that the Giants need another wide receiver. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. And in my situation, the top 4 quarterbacks are all already off the board, so I can't see them taking a quarterback at that point. I don't know what they're going to do. They got a lot of money given to Daniel Jones. Is he going to be their guy or not? I guess remains to be seen.
Definitely.
But it doesn't hurt to take a top-tier wide receiver like Rome Odunze.
And if you talk comparisons for Odunze,
who you got?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, okay. So for my number 6 pick, I have the New York Football Giants taking wide receiver Malik Nabers out of LSU. Kind of the same things Daniel was saying about him last couple picks ago. He's going to be a great receiver in the NFL. I think that he'd be a great fit for the Giants.
Definitely. Giants need a top-tier receiver.
They need a lot.
They do. They need something right to happen.
And I think that taking one of the top receivers in this draft would be a pretty safe way to make sure you got a good player at this point in the draft.
And definitely, and a good way to use out what the Bengals did drafting Jamar Chase.
Yeah?
Have the same feeling that's going to happen
with the Giants?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Let's see. We'll have to see. It's an idea.
The 7th overall selection.
The Tennessee Titans. Who are they taking, Daniel?
Hold it.
Stop. Pick time.
The Titans are not backing him.
Whoa! Here we go. Who you got? What's happening? Tell me the details. Give me those details.
So those details, I have the 7th overall selection go to Denver Broncos.
Okay.
I have the 7th overall pick, next year's 7th round pick.
Okay.
This year's 3rd round pick.
Okay.
For the 10th selection, next year's 7th rounder, and this year's 3rd rounder.
Okay.
I have the Broncos taking North Carolina quarterback Drake May.
Okay, I could see the Broncos trading up, especially if Drake May falls like that. I'm not sure I followed all those details, but I could see the Broncos trying to trade up for a quarterback like Drake May, especially if he falls to the 7th overall pick.
And there's one quarterback. If you watch Drake May, and actually he reminds me of the leader of the great roster of Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner? Oh, there you go. That would be pretty good. I think they would be happy with it if he turned out like that.
Down today.
All right. So, in my draft, Drake May isn't available anymore. There's no reason for the Broncos to be trading up for him at this point. So I have the 7th pick staying with the Titans, and the Titans taking offensive tackle Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. They have lost a lot on their offensive line. They've lost a lot all the way across the board. They're kind of starting over in a way. Having a franchise left tackle like Joe Alt would give them a solid building block. whether it's going to be Will Levis for them at quarterback long term or whether it's laying the foundation for someone in the future. Either way, that sets them up for success. A solid building block for a team in Tennessee that's starting to rebuild.
Definitely.
Of course, if they could trade down and get a bunch more picks, I'm sure that they'd be happy to do that too.
And they're without former head coach Mike Vrabel.
I still can't believe they fired him. And I can't believe he didn't get hired by someone else.
No.
I think he's one of the top 16 coaches in the NFL. I can't believe he didn't get another chance.
Let's grab him out of this. They have a new quarterback. I'm a head coach. And that's actually former Cincinnati Bengals offensive coordinator, Brian Callahan.
Yeah, we'll see how he does. He's got big shoes to fill there, I think, in Tennessee. But they decided to go another direction. I guess that's what they decided. But I think Mike Vrabel is going to be a coach in the NFL again, and I think he's going to do a great job again. So.
I agree. The Atlanta Falcons.
That's right, Atlanta Falcons. Who are they taking at number 8, Daniel?
Have them trading this pick to the Bears.
Oh, the Bears are trading up one spot?
Yes.
All right, so the Bears trade up to number 8.
Yes. I have them taking. Hey, Adam.
What?
Remember when I talked about Atlanta, Georgia?
Um,
I'm not
remind me.
talking. I'm talking about the Falcons. I'm talking about the Bulldogs.
Oh, Georgia. Who are you having them take from Georgia?
Tight end Brock Bowers.
I think he's going to be a good one.
He's gonna be a dynamic tight end. He's gonna help Caleb Williams out so well there in Chicago.
Okay, I see that. Okay. Good thought. I mean, he's going to be a good player. The player I've seen him compared to is George Kittle. And, you know, if you get George Kittle, you'll definitely take that every time. I have the Falcons staying at number 8, and they take edge rusher out of Alabama, Dallas Turner. Now, the Falcons, they added Kirk Cousins. They've already got Drake London and Kyle Pitts, and they've got Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. They've got some really good skill position players on offense. Now, and then you add Kirk Cousins to that, they've got a solid offensive unit. I'm going to have them add to their defensive unit with one of the top defensive players in the draft, Dallas Turner. And I think he's going to be a big difference maker for them year 1. And year 2, 3, 4, 5, and on.
Definitely. I had them taking Bowers, and
But you had the Bears taking Bowers.
yes. But you compared him to George Kittle.
Bowers, yeah.
And there's one big problem with that comparison.
What's that?
There's one big problem is another comparison.
What's
I
that?
have. Mark Andrews.
Okay, there you go. I'd say that that's a decent comparison, too. There you go. I think Mark Andrews is a little bigger, and George Kittle's a little smaller. So I think Brock Bowers is more similar physically to George Kittle than Mark Andrews, but both of them are solid, all-around tight ends that are great pass catchers and also good blockers. Didn't know you're wearing a Titans hat. That can only mean one thing. That the Titans traded up from number 12 to number 9.
They did.
Drama.
How taking out of Notre Dame the best offensive tackle.
Okay.
Joe Alt.
So I have them taking Joe Alt too. In your situation, they get to trade back, get a couple more picks, use some of those to trade back up, and still get the number 1 tackle in the draft. I think the Titans would be pretty happy with that.
Down today. And you take the franchise offensive tackle.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the same way.
All right.
Because he reminds me of another franchise offensive lineman
Okay.
that in the Hall of Fame on. Joe Thomas,
Okay.
like,
Very strong, very flexible.
yes.
There you go. So I have the Chicago Bears still staying at number 9, and I have them taking wide receiver Rome Odunze out of Washington. Now I'm thinking you got Caleb Williams, brand new quarterback, then you got Rome Odunze brand new wide receiver. You add Caleb Williams as the quarterback, Romo Dunze to a wide receiver room that already has DJ Moore, and they just added Keenan Allen.
They did.
So now you're looking Caleb Williams with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen and Romo Dunze and Cole Kmet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great...
Wait.
And?
DeAndre Swift.
And DeAndre Swift. And he can catch passes out of the backfield, too. And they still have Khalil Herbert, don't they?
They do.
They've got a stacked offensive unit. And I think that will set their new quarterback, Caleb Williams, up for success. I love the idea of pairing Caleb Williams, your rookie quarterback, with a top-tier wide receiver from this excellent wide receiver draft class.
I agree with that totally.
Awesome. All right, here we go. Pick number 10 coming up next. So you've got some more trade shenanigan drama happening over here.
I do.
So you have the Falcons trading up from 12 with the Jets.
I do. And I've been thinking, usually as much as Leadu Latu.
Okay, I mean, he's a good player.
He is. I think he should be one of the first as much as off the board.
So you're having him over Dallas Turner?
Yes.
Okay.
Because ESPN rated him really high.
Okay.
And I just can't not take him as my first edge rush off the board.
There you go.
Who do you have?
Oh, so I have the Jets still staying at number 10. And I have the Jets taking tight end Brock Bowers out of Georgia. The Jets seem really all in on the next year or two with Aaron Rodgers. We don't know how much longer he has to play and how much longer he has to play at an MVP level. Hopefully he's back all the way from his torn Achilles. And he's going to be 100%. He's going to be the Aaron Rodgers that we've, been so privileged to watch over the years. But they're really all in on these next couple years with Aaron Rodgers. So they're going to take an offensive playmaker that's really going to elevate them in the next couple years. Maybe there's other players that might give them a little bit more when you talk about the totality of their careers. But if you're talking about what gives you the most impact right now, Brock Bowers is one of those players.
Definitely.
A pass catcher in the first round for Aaron Rodgers.
That's awesome. Hey, you deserve Aaron Rodgers. The Packers didn't give you one. Why not the Jets give you one?
I could see it. I could also see a wide receiver here if there's still a top-tier wide receiver on the board.
Maybe a player like Worthy.
Like who?
David Worthy.
I don't think they'll take him all the way at 10, but if they trade it back, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, this pick belonged to the Minnesota Vikings, but both of us have mock trades that took them out of that spot. So you've got...
I got the New England... Can't say the name anymore.
Patriots.
There we go. The reason I can say the Patriots. The former dynasty.
Yep, how the mighty have fallen.
They have. I have them taken out of the University of Penn State. One of the best offensive linemen in this year's draft. He does remind me of David DeCastro.
Okay.
I'm talking Oli Fasano.
He's a nice player. Do you know that he and Caleb Williams were teammates in high school?
That's actually really cool.
So I had the Vikings trading back with the Los Angeles Chargers. I also have them taking offensive tackle, but I have them taking offensive tackle Talise Fuaga out of Oregon State. I thought real hard about J.C. Latham here because I think he really fits the style of what John Harbaugh is doing, but I just think that Fuaga's a much more polished player at this point in his career. Mm-hmm. And so I think that he's the better prospect at the moment, although I could see them taking J.C. Latham or Olu or some of the others. Offensive tackle here. I do think that they're either going to take a offensive tackle or they're going to take a wide receiver here, especially if they trade back and pick up a couple picks.
Agreed. This is the 12th overall selection.
It sure is. And you have the Jets trading back to the 12th. Who do you have them taking?
From I want to do horns down, but how to go horns up right now? Because how they're taking Texas tight end, Latavion Sanders.
Okay, so you went tight end in the same way that I did, but I've not heard anybody say Latavion Sanders in the first round. So that's a pretty bold pick for you.
So they need tight end. They need something to go right here.
Okay.
Like, I had them taking like quarterback there. I really wanted to have them take Bo Nix, but I feel like
So I have the Denver Broncos staying put at 12. A lot of people have them taking a quarterback, either trading up or trying to take a quarterback here like Bo Nix. Personally, I don't think that's the best move for them. I think they're far enough away from being competitive right now with all the players that they got rid of this offseason that I don't think it's smart to take a quarterback yet. I don't think they'd be able to put that quarterback in a position to succeed, and also then you're starting the quarterback's rookie contract clock unnecessarily early. I think they do not take a quarterback here. Maybe they take one later in the draft, but I don't have them taking a first-round quarterback. I have the Broncos taking offensive tackle Troy Fautanu out of Washington. Again, he's going to be their offensive line can definitely use the help, especially if Garrett Bowles doesn't come back. They need something.
they really do.
Let's start with some pieces. I think they'd love to trade back if they can and pick up some extra picks. It's possible. I could see someone getting excited trading up for a quarterback, or there haven't been many defensive players off the board yet. But at this point, I have them staying put and taking Troy Fautanu, offensive tackle out of Washington.
The Las Vegas Raiders. I know you're ready for that.
All right, who's the Raiders taking?
I just said that football for this drama.
Okay.
How they taking Alabama quarterback Tyrone Arnold?
I think that's a great pick. For them. He's a solid defensive player. Do you have a comp for him?
Unfortunately, I do not. I
bummer.
think things only did that for specific people.
Okay, that's fair. So I think that would be a really smart pick for them. I think it's very likely that instead of doing that, they reach for a quarterback. And so I have them taking Bo Nix, quarterback out of Oregon, right here. I think that, Aiden O'Connell, is he the future? Is Gardner Minshew? Gotta love Minshew mania, but I don't think they see him as their long-term starter. So I could definitely see them reaching here and taking Bo Nix. He's electric. He's got a high ceiling. The question is whether he can take care of the ball. Both be explosive and take care of the ball. We'll see. He's got a chance. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it'd be a good pick for them or not, but that's what I have them taking.
Who died at the 14th double selection?
The New Orleans Saints are on the clock. Who are they taking, Daniel?
I'm taking edge rusher out of University of Florida State.
Okay.
I'm talking one of the most powerful edge rushers in this draft. I'm talking Jared Verse.
Jared Verse. Okay. I think he's going to go a little bit later. He could go as high as this. Feels like he's been kind of slipping on draft boards, but you never know if that's real or if that's just kind of what players are getting the hype right now. But I think he's a good player.
And he does actually remind me of Nick Bosa.
Okay. I have the New Orleans Saints sticking at number 14 and taking Olu Fashanu, offensive tackle out of Penn State. He's a really solid player. I think that his floor is very high. He's gonna be a solid starter or better, pretty much no matter what. I think that they really need help on the offensive line in New Orleans, and that would give them, a solid left tackle to protect Derek Carr.
I agree with that. The question is Derek Carr the long-term guy?
They're paying him.
It seems like they are full on Derek Carr, and I agree with that. Derek Carr's gonna be a guy, maybe for this next decade or something.
at least for the next couple years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, he's going to be a solid offensive lineman to keep whoever's in the backfield nice and cozy. So it's the Indianapolis Colts and drafting at number 15. Who do you have them taking, Daniel?
I have them horses. They're not the horses, they're the Colts. But still are the horses. But they do like the horses. But I have them taking, giving Anthony Richardson a big body receiver and Florida State's wide receiver, Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman. Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't think I have him in my first round. But he's a solid player. You know, I wouldn't be totally surprised. It seems like wide receivers, there's some difference in opinion on how to rank them and kind of when they might go. So I could see it. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Although I could definitely see them getting someone like him in the second round.
Definitely.
So I have the Colts filling their number one need with one of the best players left on the board, cornerback Quinion Mitchell out of Toledo. I think that his body type and his play style is a perfect fit in their defense. I think he's a really high-ceiling player. I think they'll be happy if they can get Quinion Mitchell's name on their card heading up to commissioner at 15.
The Seattle Seahawks.
They're picking number 16. Who are they taking, Daniel?
I have them taking Alabama cornerback Q.A. McKinstry.
Okay, might be a little early, but I don't know. He's a good player.
Pale Ham.
You're trying to recreate the Legion of Boom?
Yes, I am.
I'm sure Seattle fans would love that. I also have the Seattle Seahawks going defense. I have them taking defensive end Jared Verse out of Florida State. It just feels like a it just feels like a Seahawks pick. One of those players that was thought to go higher and then kind of drops, falls right into their lap. I think that's going to be their pick. 17, the Jaguars. Picks number 17. Who are they taking?
I'm having them recreate what that was. And Texas defensive tackle Bob Murphy the second.
Okay, I think that'd be a great pick for them. I think that's a great idea. I have the Jaguars going defense also. I have them taking cornerback Terrion Arnold out of Alabama to boost their defense.
There you go. It is this that is bingo.
Number 18, the Cincinnati Bengals. Who are they taking?
A tiger.
A tiger?
Comeback Nate Wiggins.
Oh, from Clemson. Good one. I think that'd be a great play for them.
To be honest, they love their comebacks. They love their secondary so much. Why not just bolster their secondary comeback position?
There you go. I have the Cincinnati Bengals bolstering their offensive line with offensive tackle J.C. Latham out of Alabama. Number 19, the Los Angeles Rams are on the clock.
Yes, Michigan defensive tackle Chris Dickens Jr.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen him taken in the first round in any mock drafts that I read, but you never know, I guess.
Definitely. Freak athlete. He's basically like Aiden Hutchinson, he's like in there. What else is compared to Aiden Hutchinson right now?
Okay, there you go. They're both from Michigan, both defensive linemen.
And they are very elusive, and whenever Michigan has a big player on defense, he's in there.
There you go. Well, I also have them taking a defensive tackle, especially in the wake of Aaron Donald's retirement. One of the best of all time. You'll never be able to replace him. But I do have them taking Byron Murphy II, defensive tackle out of Texas, to fill that position and help bolster their defensive line. Pittsburgh Steelers. Who are they taking? So Pittsburgh Steelers are up next. I have them taking offensive tackle / center Graham Barton out of Duke. So I thought about Jackson Powers Johnson here at center, but then I was thinking, they could use help all along the offensive line. So if they draft a player like Barton, that gives them an option of someone who can start at center, but also has the ability to play all the way along the offensive line. So that gives them a ton of flexibility, and I think that puts Barton over the edge here and makes him the pick at 20.
That's a good idea. But right now, the idea is, okay, they signed Russell Wilson.
Yeah, they did.
And a great idea.
They also traded for Justin Fields.
They do.
It's a big quarterback season for the and they traded away Kenny Pickett.
They did. And also, that's what when the Steelers signed Russell Wilson. The beauty of that is I wanted the Steelers to draft Russell Wilson the whole time.
Okay.
And now, to make it prettier, I have them giving Russell Wilson that space there.
Okay.
And Texas wide receiver Xavier Worthy.
Okay, there you go. I mean, they did just trade Deontay Johnson, so that would give them a solid wide receiver too. Good idea, Daniel.
Miami Dolphins.
All right, I got the Miami Dolphins at number 21, taking edge rusher Chop Robinson out of Penn State. He's one of those players that really rose up the draft boards during the process in the combine and interviews and pro day and whatnot, Senior Bowl, that kind of thing. He really rose in the process. He's very athletic. He could be a real difference maker for the Miami Dolphins on their defense.
Yeah, definitely the Miami Dolphins.
Who do you have them taking, Daniel?
Another person that put him in the offseason. Defensive tackle of Florida State, Braden Fisk.
Brandon Fisk? Okay, I haven't really heard his name in the first round, but you're thinking of Christian Wilkins going elsewhere?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great idea.
Like, Wilkins left to Las Vegas.
Yep.
And I just think it's time for them to find a replacement. Why not? Wait a minute. Braden Fisk, he would go too far. This is going to be just in Miami, Florida. Fly, Eagles, fly.
All right, who are they taking?
I'm taking the Eagles, fly, the Philadelphia Eagles. And guess what, Adam?
What?
They need more firepower on defense.
I agree.
So, Minnesota safety, Tyler Newman.
Oh, okay. That's a great pick for them. I hadn't thought about him at all. That's a great one. I have the Eagles taking quarterback Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. I think that, both of these addressing their secondary, addressing their defense. I do think there's a chance that they could take a linebacker, but I think it's more likely they take a linebacker in the second round because I don't know if there's any linebackers that are, really, you get the best value taking them here.
Mm-hmm.
On the same page. Number 23, you've got the Vikings here on the
I
clock.
do.
What do you have in that top secret vault?
Texas relative Adonai Mitchell.
Okay. So they just took their quarterback, and now you're going to add another wide receiver next to Justin Jefferson. I think that's
not
a great
just
idea.
Justin Jefferson, also Jordan Addison.
And Jordan Addison, yep, going back to the well.
I can see it 3 or 4 in Minneapolis. The Minneapolis 3 maybe.
There you go. I think putting your young quarterback in the best possible position to succeed is a great idea.
And Mitchell is a great player to pick here. He's a former national champion at Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
And
He was a very productive player for Texas this year.
He definitely was.
I think this is the right range for him. I agree. But I have this pick going to the Chargers as a part of the trade in the first round when the Vikings traded up to take J.J. McCarthy. And so I have them taking wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU. Same thought as you, but I'm thinking about the Chargers. And you remember, the Chargers just traded away Keenan Allen.
Mm-hmm.
They just cut Mike Williams. They
have Quentin Johnston at the moment.
Yeah, and she didn't have the best rookie year. Not to say that he can't still turn into a really nice wide receiver for them, but they need quality guys in that room. So I think they're going to draft at least 1 or 2 wide receivers and then probably also sign someone. But this would be a great addition to their wide receiver room, add some explosion. I think it'd be a good pick for them.
Agreed.
Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock. Anything in the top secret vault for the Cowboys fans? Who's Jerry Jones going to take?
Yes. I love this pick.
Okay, I'm ready.
University of Missouri, Dallas Robinson.
Okay, what do you love about this pick?
I love that Robinson can just grab that quarterback and also pair him with Micah Parsons.
Okay. Darius Robinson's one of your favorite players in the draft?
Yes, he is.
That's
actually.
awesome. We'll have to keep an eye on him.
Definitely.
So I have the Dallas Cowboys taking offensive tackle Amarius Mims out of Georgia. I know he's kind of a polarizing player, but I do think that the Dallas Cowboys need to bolster their offensive line. It used to be one of the best in the league, and now a lot of those players have left, and they just lost Tyron Smith. So
All boosted their defensive line.
I think you could do that too. I have them taking Amarius Mims, offensive tackle out of Georgia. The Green Bay Packers are now on the clock.
Pack your bags, Adam.
I love my pick for the Packers for this one.
Go for it.
Okay, so I have the Packers taking Iowa quarterback Cooper DeJean. Or DeJean. I don't know. Do you know how to say it? DeJean, yeah. So Iowa cornerback Cooper DeJean. I just love this fit. Packers like to take Iowa players. He's, still got that yellow. I think he'd be a great fit for their defense and really boost them. The Packers have a history of taking players like this, especially in the first round. Last year they took Lucas Van Ness, right?
Yeah.
Another playmaker from Iowa. So I could definitely see them taking Cooper DeJean here. I think it'd be a great fit. Who do you got?
DeJean as well.
Woo!
True. And also, last year I had the Packers take based on Robinson.
You were wrong.
I know. But
Oh, foreshadowing. Who do you have?
you gotta close your eyes now. Braylon Trice as Russell Washington.
Whoa. What's it? I missed something. Tell me again. Okay, well, I didn't understand his name. Can you tell me again?
Braylon Trice.
Braylon Trice.
Out of Washington.
I'm hiding my eyes from that one.
Good, because he is scary.
I think that pick is scary. So I do also have them taking defense. I have them taking defensive end, Leatu Latu. I admit I have not seen any UCLA games this year. I already said that. But from everything I've read about him, he seems to be a nice player. I think that the Buccaneers would probably be happy with the value.
Agreed, too. Hey, Adam, put that hat on.
Okay, I'll put it on. It's coming up right now. Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals are at 27. We got Jerzon Newton, defensive lineman out of Illinois. He was the powerhouse behind Illinois being one of the best defenses in the country this year. He was one of the best players and one of the big reasons behind Illinois being one of the top defenses in the country this year. I think that the Cardinals are going to be really happy with that pick. Jerzon Newton, defensive lineman out of Illinois.
Okay. For a little bit, I thought had the Bears drafting him.
Oh, you thought I was doing the Bears. Nah. We got Illinois.
And it is the Cardinals that have drafting him. And I have them taking inside linebacker from North Carolina State, Peyton Wilson.
Okay. I think he's probably going to be the first linebacker taken. I don't know if he'll be taken in the first round, but there you go.
It just fits. They have David Collins, a linebacker.
Yeah.
Why not give him someone else to pair with him and Peyton Wilson?
There you go. Okay, Buffalo Bills at 28.
Yes. I was already riding with Matt McConkey.
Okay. I agree. Especially after the Stephon Diggs trade, I think the Bills have to take a wide receiver here. There's some better receivers on the board yet in my draft, so I have them taking Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver out of Texas. I think that he's a really productive player in college, and I think that he would add a lot to their receiver room, which they really need.
Agreed. After that, Stephon Diggs traded to the Texans.
Yeah,
To be honest,
I don't know about that one.
Texans just got scarier.
Yeah.
And also the Bills got weaker.
Yeah, they
But-
definitely did.
They get Broncos odd round picks here with Anna Mitchell and Les McConkey.
That's right, helping out that wide receiver room.
And also helping out Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's already been doing having to put the whole team on his back. But that's when they had Stephon Diggs. I don't know what it's going to look like this year.
Same here.
Daniel, where are you going?
I'm going to the Detroit Lions.
Motoring down to Motor City
That's right.
with a hometown team.
Damn.
Detroit Lions. Who are they going to
Yes.
take? Are the fans going to be happy?
They will be happy. And also because this is the home of America's heartbeat.
There you go. Who are they taking?
Oklahoma offensive tackle Tyler Guyton.
Oh, okay. Solid. Okay, I like that pick. So I have them taking not Powerade, but Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback out of Alabama. The Baltimore Ravens are now on the clock.
The AFC runner-ups.
That's right.
Sorry, Ravens fans.
It was a great game.
It definitely was.
All right, who do you have the Ravens taking?
Have them taking Alabama offensive tackle J.C. Latham.
Okay. I had him going a little earlier, but that makes sense. So I have the Ravens taking an offensive tackle also. They just traded right tackle Morgan Moses. Well, they got to have a replacement starter there. I think that Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle out of Oklahoma, is the best player available at that position of need for them right now, and I think that he would help them out next year.
I agree.
31, the San Francisco 49ers. Honest question. What can the 49ers do to try to beat the Chiefs next year? They're such a good team. Ah, man. What do you have them doing?
Offensive tackle Jordan Morgan out of Arizona University.
Jordan Morgan out of Arizona.
Yes.
Okay.
Not to confuse with Morgan Moses.
To be honest, Daniel, I never came across him when researching this. I have no idea who that is. Maybe it's a great pick. You've picked people I've not heard of before, and then they end up being drafted in the first round and do great. So I'll give you credit there, but I'm not familiar with him.
Definitely, he's another offensive tackle too.
Okay, well I hope he does well.
Like, he was a good part of that Arizona offensive line.
Okay, well I'm excited about my pick. I have the 49ers taking Enos Rakeshaw, cornerback out of Missouri. I really like him, and I think that if he isn't taken by the 49ers, I want him to be taken by the Chiefs. I think he's a really solid player. I think that just keep adding to that defense, keep making the team stronger. I think he'd be a great pick for them.
Mm-hmm.
And now, for the reigning, defending, back-to-back champions, Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey, Travis.
What's up, Patrick?
Do you like hamburgers?
I do like hamburgers. How about you?
Me too. Want to go to Whataburger?
Maybe Town Topic. That's Andy Reid's favorite.
That's
Here
real.
in Kansas City.
And also, this guy he might love hamburgers, but give Patrick Mahomes another weapon and give Travis Kelce something else to have really fun with.
Alright, so what do you got?
We did the teams just with Hollywood with Marquise Brown.
Yeah.
And unfortunate news about Russia Rice.
Yeah.
Hopefully that is going to be situated. But
Either way.
in the meanwhile,
Mhm.
in the meantime, I have the Kansas Chiefs drafting this beast. Well, someone that I really like.
Okay.
How about the Brian Thomas here now?
Yeah, so I have him going earlier in the first round, so I'd be real happy with that if he fell.
And but I do have a comparison for Brian Thomas.
Okay, who are you comparing Brian Thomas to?
AJ Green.
AJ Green. That would be great. I'd love that. I also have the Chiefs taking a wide receiver. I could see the Chiefs taking a corner here, especially if someone like Enos Rakestraw is still available. I could see the Chiefs taking a defensive lineman. I could see the Chiefs taking a wide receiver. I could definitely see the Chiefs trading back. At this point, they like to trade back out of the late first round into the second round. But imagining that they stay here, and I think they would if the draft falls this way, I have the Chiefs taking wide receiver Xavier Worthy out of Texas. The buzz has been all around. The fastest 40 time in the history of the NFL Combine.
No, that was absolutely worthy.
That's who I'm taking. For the Chiefs.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Devontae Adams.
Okay, well, I think he's shorter than Devontae Adams, and I think he's faster. But I thought you were going to say Tyreek Hill. I'm not going to put that kind of expectation on him. I don't know that anybody's as fast as Tyreek Hill, and he's had an amazing career. But you add a real, reliable, legitimate, deep threat to the Chiefs' wide receiver room, and that'll make a huge difference next year. Just making this team even more scary.
I agree.
Okay, so Daniel said he had a surprise for me. He calls it the top secret vault. What's going on? I have no idea.
Why not talk about surprises?
Oh, okay.
What is the most surprising trade all today?
I was surprised by the mess of trades that you had between 7 and 12. It took us a while to sort through that.
Yes.
And I was also surprised that you had the Patriots trading back from 3. I think they're going to stay and take a quarterback rather than trading back.
I do like what I gave them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We have different opinions.
Thank you for attending the top secret vault.
So what did you think of that mock draft?
Personally, I liked it. And also, do you like the mock draft?
I thought it was really fun, and there were lots of surprises and lots of drama and lots of shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans, 3 shenanigans in my draft.
Yeah, so I had a lot of fun. Let us know in the comments if there is anything that you agree with or disagree with. Hopefully you had fun. We had a blast, so.
And also drop a comment if you're excited to see all my comparisons in my comparison list.
Oh, that's right. Comparison list video coming up soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
It's on YouTube. It's a playlist.
Oh, you already got that out. Nice. Playlist on this
on
channel
YouTube.
here.
And definitely feel free to check that out and see what I came up with those comparisons.
Awesome. Well, until next time, I hope you guys enjoy the NFL draft, and go Chiefs.
And also, can't think about one thing.
What?
If you work for an NFL team, please comment down below. And I wish all of the NFL teams good luck in this upcoming 2024 NFL draft.
Yeah. And in the season. It'll
And
be another fun one, I think.
It will be. One more, a very important thing.
Okay.
Well, thank you for attending this mock draft special and the first annual.
That's right, the 4th annual mock draft special. Awesome, thanks.
We will see you next year.